Eagles Nation, I am back. Tom Oresco here, vlog style, views from the Link TV, another episode. The show must go on. No Steve today, sorry. He was a little busy at work, but I'm here. I'm delivering the news. And the news today, I got to point out that I'm in my Sunday gear. And we're 100 days out from football. You got to be excited about that. It starts flying from here on out. So I thought, hey, why not rock my Sunday Jordan Matthews game day jersey? Got to rock it. Other than being excited for football, I'm excited for football. That's the emotion in Philadelphia right now as we are 100 days out. OTA's underway, obviously, and the news today is Sam Bradford and Carson Wentz talked in their press conference. And I know it doesn't sound like news. However, in that lag period between the draft and training camp, you know that this is news. You're looking for any type of information you can get out of this team right now. And I could say for myself at least, and a lot of other fans, we love hearing from these guys. So this is the big day. Quarterbacks talked, and we were all tuned in. So we're gonna, for those who actually weren't tuned in, we're gonna break down Sam Bradford and Carson Wentz press conferences, couple quotes they had, couple things that they said, and some things to be excited about as well. So keep up with me. We're going to roll through these fast. But before we get into Sam Bradford, he talked first, so we're going to break his conference down first. But before we get into it, I want to wish Walter Thurmond a happy retirement. It's a shame that he's retiring early. Not much interest from teams. Supposed to be going in the prime of his career right now. Just had a really big year for the Eagles at safety, and I wish he would have got caught on with another team, but he ended up deciding to hang it up and. It is what it is. I'm sure he'll find something that he loves doing and that that suits him well. So that's I could talk all day about it. It sucks when a player has to retire that early, but at the end of the day, he had a great career. Just the chance to play in the NFL is an honor. So thanks for giving us a good year last year, Walt. And I really just hope that you have a good life after football, and I'm sure you will. But now, the show must go on. We got to roll right into Sam Bradford's questions, or press conference, if you will. So here we go. Sam's getting live reps, and that's something he talked about immediately. They asked him about it compared last year to this year. What exactly was the biggest difference? And Sam said that getting live reps right now, he wasn't able to practice last year. He also said that the playbook was a lot more basic last year, so with a more complex playbook, the fact that he's able to get in, he's learning the playbook, he's absorbing the information, and he's able to actually go out there and execute and practice because he's not rehabbing the knee. That's going to go a long way. I think it's going to springboard what could be, the make or break year for his career this season. So hopefully he has a big season, and hopefully that's one of the reasons. He said that there's some similarities with this offense compared to the West Coast offense that he ran his rookie year under Pat Shurmur in St. Louis. However, he did say that there's a lot more spread offensive schemes in Doug Peterson's version of this West Coast offense, as Doug Peterson alluded to that he's very intrigued by Chip Kelly's 2-minute offense and the fast-paced things that Chip was doing with these players, and the fact that they know how to do that already. Peterson said that he was interested in bringing some of those concepts to help in the 2-minute drill. And I think that that's not exactly a shot at Andy, but something that he learned from Andy, that Andy didn't do so well, he's trying to perfect here. And I think that that's a really encouraging sign out of Doug Peterson, showing that he's consistent in what he was saying, and he actually does believe in these concepts. And he wants to try different things, and he wants to be a little outside the box in this hybrid West Coast offense. We'll see how it works, and I think that that's really intriguing and something to watch for as we get a little closer to the season and get in live games and things like that. Sam also talked about the fact that stability is something that you look for as a quarterback in an offense. He was asked about it, and he talked about how compared to year one in an offense, you're looking at bigger picture things, and in year three, you already know what the big picture is. You know all the plays like the back of your hand, so you're just trying to work on what worked best, so you run those more, and you do this on this read or this on this play, and that's more what you're accustomed to doing as a quarterback as you get later in your in your tenure and you grow in your offense. You're looking to build on your offense rather than just grasp the basic concept. You're looking to figure out the little details and figure out what could work better, what doesn't work so well. So, and I think he's right in that. And I think that's that's the best way of putting it, is that by your third year in an offense, you know it so well that you're looking to do things that will make it even better. And I think that when he does that in his career, when Carson does that here, I think that's the way you really build with a quarterback. He says that all the quarterbacks have been great to work with, and they have been a great room, great guys to be around. Carson's a great guy. He said he's a good kid, and he said that Chase Daniel is really been really helpful to both him and Carson as far as learning the offense, because he is going into his fourth year in this offense. So Chase Daniel was the backup in Kansas City for 3 years, and now he's going in his fourth year in the offense. He knows it like the back of his hand, and he can help Bradford and Wentz with those little nuances that take quarterbacks a while to grasp. Chase Daniel's the guy that's going to help them with that and get them all on the learning curve quicker. And I think that Doug Peterson was very smart to bring him in, and he was very, very, that's a very low key type move. And I think that just shows that what Peterson did with his whole staff is bring guys in to help him out, because up and down is the best way to describe a first-year head coach. A first year as a head coach, it's up and down. That's all you're going to see is up and downs. You're gonna have your highs, you're gonna have your lows. But I think the fact that he surrounded himself with guys that can help him through all that is definitely a grade A thing to talk about. And I think that Chase Daniel is one of those guys. The drive to compete for Sam Bradford comes from the motivation to get better, and I think that that's spot on answer for that question. Why can you see, how can you get up to compete every day when Carson Wentz is in the wing? And he said, I just want to get better, and that's exactly the mindset to have. And he said that the QB-laden coaching staff helps a whole lot. DeFilippo, Frank Reich, Doug Peterson, they're guys that you brought here on purpose to develop these quarterbacks, and Sam Bradford's benefiting off that. So that's very good. And that's kind of the key points for Sam's press conference. Breaking down the press conferences, views from the Link TV, Tom Oresco. If you didn't tune into the press conferences earlier, I got them covered for you. Got to catch my breath after I rolled through Sam's. Now we're getting into Carson's. So, this is the quarterback that the Eagles drafted second overall. You love hearing him talk. He's a mature dude. He's a good guy. So you love hearing, how he's adapting to the NFL in Philadelphia. So a couple exciting things in this press conference. I'm going to roll through some of the main points and wrap it up here. Carson said that working with the quarterbacks it's just been great from every perspective. He has a great relationship with the guys. They talk about life. They talk about, personal things, and then they get on the field and in the quarterback room and, in the film room, and they talk football. So it's been great for him. He also said something really cool, was that, all this NFL is just like a business type. Oh, it's such like a business, but you walk in the locker room and it's like a family. And that's what Carson said about the Eagles. And that's really cool that he's already, feeling that love from his teammates, his coaches, and hopefully from the fans sooner than later. He didn't say that. I just said that. He also said that there's a lot more language in the playbook compared to what he did in college, and there's more detail to an NFL offense. I mean, it's the big show, it's the big time. It's duh. But he knew that, and that's what he was saying, is that they were asking him if there's big differences, and he didn't say, yeah, there's huge differences. He just said, there's just more. There's more detail. It's the NFL. It's the big time. So got to be prepared for that. Okay, funny moment here. Wentz went deep on his former teammate from North Dakota State, undrafted free agent, cornerback C.J. Smith. He completed a deep pass over the top, and they asked him if he was just picking on his former teammate. He said no, he wasn't. It was just part of the read. He saw, the safety was moved over, and he came downfield at him, and they completed the pass. So it's good to see Carson Wentz getting that confidence to throw the ball downfield early in his career in OTAs. In his first OTAs, he's throwing the ball downfield. He's saying, no, I'm not picking on my teammate. I'm just making the right read. And that's great because, a lot of people think OTAs is, it's so overblown and preseason's overblown. It's not to be taken seriously. But, ask Russell Wilson. He won his job in those moments. So, who knows what would have happened had he taken it and not taken it seriously, or just thought, it's just OTAs, it's just preseason. You develop your confidence. you get your swagger. You come into your own when you're on the field making plays and showing people what you can do, and that's how you win a job. And I think it's awesome. So I'm glad Carson's going downfield and reading safeties and doing that kind of stuff. That's great to hear. Carson was also asked about his motivation to compete, and he said the same thing Sam Bradford said. Just the mission is to get better, help the team win, and that's perfect. They're on the same page with that, and that's the message from the coaches, and that's the message from the players that got to the players, and now that's their message to everybody is they're just trying to get better and help the team. So that's great. That's great to hear. With Chase and Sam, as far as that goes, with Carson's relationship with them, he said that they've both been able to help him with small nuances that are helping him take his game to the next level quicker. So, in this offense, obviously Chase is able to help him out, but then just in the NFL in general, being a high draft pick, being a quarterback, coming into a situation where you're really expected to do a lot, or Carson's obviously not expected to do a lot, but he will be soon, and you can ask Sam Bradford about that kind of stuff, the expectation level, all of that stuff, and it's cool to see that Carson said that both guys are helping him out with those things and bringing him along. So that's awesome, and I'm glad they're doing that for him. Carson's also enjoying his rookie year. He said there's only you only a rookie once, and you got to embrace it. You got to get into it. And he said that Philly slowly it's sinking in that this is his home now. This is where he's going to be. Hasn't had a time really, some off time to explore the city and things like that. But maybe we all of our Eagles Twitter group can bring him to Wawa or bring him get a cheesesteak and hang out with Carson Wentz. I don't know, just an idea, but he'll love it here once he gets on that field. He's playing for the fans, and he gets out in the community. I think it'll be a good fit. What's the next? So he also said that the speed. I got my cell phone notes right here. So pardon me for looking off screen reading, but anyway, he said the speed of the game is the biggest difference. He said that that's all you hear about when you're in college, and it's true. Safeties close on plays quicker, windows aren't open as fast, the pass rush is quicker, all that. But he's just got to keep progressing, and he was confident in his ability to do that. And just the way he says it, I just buy into it. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I just feel like this kid gets it. He really does. And speaking of getting it, the last thing that Carson Wentz said is that all his it's funny that all his coaches that are quarterbacks, his QB coaches, corny jokes, stop that. But no, his quarterback coach, John DeFilippo, and his quarterback coaches, Frank Reich and Doug Peterson, they're all helping him out, and they all get it, and that's awesome to hear. So you got to tip your hat to the coaching staff. You got to tip your hat to these quarterbacks for acting, there was a little hiccup, nothing's always perfect, but class act. Thank you guys. Class acts, might I say. Carson Wentz, I'm sure Chase Daniel too, and Sam Bradford, all class acts. And I want to thank you guys for joining us, for viewing, for views from the link, for viewing views from the link. It's awesome covering this team, and I can't say it enough. I get so excited even when I'm doing these videos. I can't get my thoughts all together. So, I want to thank you guys. Really, it's been awesome, and we're gonna keep this coverage rolling, and just try to tune in every episode you get and show us love, like our pictures, comment below, talk about Sam Bradford, talk about Chase or Carson Wentz, the battle they're about to have in training camp. Gotta love it. We're 100. I'm getting crazy. We're 100 days out from the NFL, game day jersey on. Let's go Eagles. I'm ready to check out. I'm ready to sign out. I gotta go eat lunch. Tom Oresco, Views from the Link TV. Thank you guys so much. Thank you.